Hey man, it is July 18th, 2025. Today again has not been pretty eventful. Um, but we are working hard. We are doing everything we can. Not much happened at school. Today is Friday. Um, I don't think I had class today. If I did, I might have not gone because I was locked in, but I don't think there was class today. So that's good. The main thing that we did today is selling some stuff with eBay. As you guys, oh, I didn't mention it to you guys. My dad is also starting eBay as well. But he's selling worm castings. That's kind of his hobby right now, and he's basically breeding the worms and then selling the castings, which is honestly not a bad side hustle. And so I was helping him manage a couple customers today, which took a little bit of time. So that was that, and then I also sold another Harry Potter luggage tag thing on eBay, which is like another $10. Been selling them back to back days, so we just made like $30 just every morning, which is not bad. Um, we're continuing to work though. eBay again is just one of those depreciating assets that is going to eventually die out, and like it's going to eventually die out. So we're not gonna rely on that. We're still milking as much money as possible. I think year to date we've done over what, like 10 point something K in revenue. Profit wise, about 60% of that. So that's not bad. We did reinvest most of it back into the business, but everything else, miscellaneous activities, some investing. So there's stuff here and there. But yeah, we're starting again. I'm trying to start that sales agency, so I'm doing a lot of work on that, as in researching and just learning more sales skills. Because I'm gonna be completely humble and completely honest with you guys, I suck at sales. Um, there's a difference. There's a reason why at the door to door blitz, why there are people making 10x more than me. It just comes to how you sell. You're dealing with the same prospects, and you got to learn how to convert them, because they're different. Like, different salespeople, you could have the same prospects, and someone else could sell it better than you. So that's what I'm trying to work on, with the sales process. But today, what I want to talk about is being, middle class, lower class, or higher class. Do any of them give you a benefit to, achieving success? I would argue that being born rich is one of the worst things that can happen to you, because one, you're born with a lot of money, so you don't know what it's like to be poor. Two, you've experienced everything. You've experienced the end goal already at such a young age that there's nothing else that can really fulfill you. And that's very dangerous thing, because you have a whole life ahead of you. And if you have nothing to fulfill you, you have nothing to work towards. And that's the main problem. Middle class. Let's talk about lower class. Lower class, I would argue that very, is better than middle class, because lower class, when you're born with nothing, there's nowhere but up. You can only work on getting better. And so if you have the right mindset and you're born in the lower class, you can make something out of yourself. Also, you can take risks because you have nothing to lose. It's like all in. There's nothing to lose. Being born middle class though, it's you're on the edge of being comfortable but also not where you want to be. Because yes, you have food, you have shelter, you have all these nice things, but you're just not there yet. And so you can't take that much risk, especially, I mean, if you're at a very young age, because you have all this stuff. You can't just not rely on it. Um, so yeah, being middle class, I would argue, is like a little bit harder, but it does not matter like where you're at economically. As long as you have the same mindset of improving and working hard, you're going to make it. Like, everything else is just an excuse. I would say, yeah, being lower class or being higher class makes it a little bit easier for you, especially higher class, because you have more connections. Makes it easier for you to get rich, but none of these will guarantee you to get rich if you don't have the proper mindset. And so that's why I always make sure people focus on your why. Like, why are you trying to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve? What is your reasoning behind it? What motivates you? And you got to think about that daily, consistently, in order for you to, have a chance at succeeding. And so don't let your outside limitations, don't let where you're born from affect how you do in life. Because quite frankly, there's poor people that have reached $1 million, that are born poor that have gotten to be millionaires. And again, there are poor people who just stay poor for the rest of their lives. Same thing with rich people. There's rich people that just stay rich, and there's rich people that just become poor. Same thing with middle class people. Become poor, they become rich. So it depends on the person. It's not about anything like, oh, I'm born in this environment and 100% I'm going to be subject to whatever the 99% of the environment is going to be like. No, you got to make a life out of yourself, and you got to decide how you're going to achieve that success that you're trying to get. So that's all I want to talk about today. I will see you guys tomorrow. And soon we're going to have a lot of crazy updates on business stuff. So be patient, but stay tuned.